Hi everyone, this is John. We're going to take a look at a really weird commercial here from Nissan. I'm going to start it and pause it here, hopefully. Okay, enjoy the powerfully peaceful Ariya, which that way, if you look up what that name means, it means noble and exalted, I believe. But if you look at the name the other way, Ayira, it means chosen. Very strange commercial here. We have a lady figure, female figure, driving this electric vehicle, this Nissan. But she has on her left wrist the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. She has a rectangular earring. She has a sawtooth haircut, which is a sawtooth frequency. Plus, she has a cell phone in her pocket, which is, talking over the airwaves, Princeton the power of the air. We have 55, I believe, on this here, and 240, I think. I can't make out, but I think that's 240, which that's very interesting. 55, that's very interesting. Very interesting here, the billboard has the vehicle here, and it looks like there's a sun here on the back end of the vehicle, right? At the same time as an eclipse above the vehicle. That's very strange. We'll get a little bit closer into this vehicle as it passes through her window. Right there. Plus, you saw a white pole, well, like a white beam of whatever, and a blue beam. I'll point them out as we go, but here's the car in the background. If you go look for yourself, that looks to me like the sun behind the car with an eclipse above it in Nissan. Huh. That's interesting. So let's see what else. We have a thermostat, not a thermostat. We have a thermos. She has a thermos, which you could either have hot or cold. She has some kind of what looks like a book bag here, and it looks like it's Sylvia written on there, which I don't know what that means. I have to look that up. But the name of the vehicle means noble, exalted, but if you go backwards, the name means chosen. Plus, we have a code here with the billboards in the background and the light poles. They're the only thing that actually changes, even though it looks like the city in the background stays the same. I don't want this to be too long. But anyhow, we also have a big notice. See the poles going by. A regular pole went by. They have regular poles with two lights, one going to the left, one going to the right. We have this here is what holds the power lines that, go to your home or whatever to give you the electric. So this is what holds the power lines. So that's what they call like a jet or something. And then we have a blue beam over here, and then we have some kind of creature over here coming in off to the right. Another blue beam right there out her window with what transfers the electric power behind it. We have the sun in the background, another blue one. See, there's a pattern to the blue poles and the white poles, and then the regular light poles that have the two bulbs on it. Because I'm not sure what these are, because you never really see them enough to know what they are. It just looks like a blue pole or a white pole. And we have like some kind of wall here in the background. This is definitely reminds me of Japan. And you keep noticing the poles in the background. There's another blue one. I haven't really figured this out, but there's definitely a pattern to it. But I also realized that let's see if I can stop this here. We have a blue screen with a blue beam pointing the way for her to go. That's interesting. And then we have this guy popping up here on the right. Reminds me of Ultraman. I think that's what that show was when I was a kid on can't remember what channel it was on in the mornings when I was a kid. I think it was on Saturday mornings. And I think it was Ultraman. It was from Japan. So we have Ultraman popping up. I can't remember what was Ultraman's thing. Darn it. I'm going to have to look up what Ultraman was again. Because that's definitely Ultraman there in the background from Japan. And then definitely, more power lines. Then we have the billboard again and a blue pole. And then we have the city coming up. And the city seems to be the same. The only thing that seems to change is the poles, like the pattern of the poles, the color of them, from white to blue, and then to the regular light poles. But these buildings, like this one here, says PIVO, I believe, on it. I can't tell what it says on some of these buildings, but like the building is coming up there in the background, it looks like this building here looks like SCARGO, I think. I gotta look up, see what that means. But there's a regular light pole going by her car. But this is interesting here because in the background for electric commercial, they have a woman here in the background that definitely looks like she's from the late 1800s, early 1900s, when electric wasn't really something people had. See the woman there on that, and that building says PAO, I believe, above her head. This woman here, that says PAO. We have Ultraman in the background. Yeah, the only thing that changes is the stuff in the background and the poles in the foreground. That's interesting. Now we have the beast coming up out of the ground over here on the right. And we still have the poles going by, but if you take notice, there's a pattern to the white pole, the blue pole. And the beast in the background with the sun. We have the thermos, which could be hot or cold. See the beast, sun, another white pole, another blue pole, and then two more. I call them jeds. They're what hold the power lines that transfer the power to the cities. To charge your car. We had the city coming by again. Even though that's what's funny too. The city stays the same, but everything in the background and foreground is different. Because the beings in the background are different, and the pole, there's a blue pole. Because if you count the pattern, I'm going to go back and do an extensive look at this video, because there's something to the poles, the pattern of the number of blue, white, blue, and then a regular pole with the two lights that you can actually see. Weird cloud in the background, and then we have the billboard again with the car, with the sun at the rear of the car, with an eclipse above it, no doubt. So some two more poles. Now we have a single pole that transfers the power lines, that holds the power lines, that transfer the power. We have a white pole. I'm gonna have to go back and count these, because there's definitely that's the only thing that's different in the this would be the foreground, and then that would be the background, right? Because this is closer to her, and then the objects in the distance. I wonder if she's tapping a certain. I just realized she's tapping her finger. I wonder if she's tapping something. And then we have another beast, another blue pole, some weird clouds. We seem to keep having the same wall going by her. And then we have the billboard again, another single Jed, what I call Jed, I'm calling that a Jed. And then the city seems to be the same though, with the same letters above the same buildings. And then we have more poles, and then we had the billboard again. And then, yeah, there's definitely a pattern going on with the poles because they change. Because there's one, two, three, four blue ones in a row right there. I think that's the first time there was four blue ones in a row. And then a white one, and then a blue one, and then a white one. So we had four blue, one white, one blue, one white, right? Yeah. And then we have a regular single, well, a regular pole with two actual lights on it that you can see. That's interesting. And then again, more power lines in the background. She's driving her electric vehicle with her blue screen with the with the blue arrow showing where she's going. Even though she's passing over the same stuff like the city, which is in between the poles and the scenery in the background. The scenery in the background changes and the pole pattern changes, but everything going on in between stays the same. I wonder what she's tapping. I did. Man, it took me a little while to realize she's tapping there. Tapping. That's interesting. Did I say about how the city, about Electric City right there at her finger? That's definitely a woman wearing something from the 1800s up to the early 1900s when electric was really not, across the land. This is a really long commercial for selling a car with some really weird symbolism. Especially the pattern of the light poles, the images in the background, the images in the foreground, while the city's staying the same. All right, there's another white pole, another blue pole. The wall is constantly there, ain't? Oh, shit. See, it does take me a little while. The wall is constantly there, separating her from the white beam, the blue beam, the jed, the mountains, the sun. She's all alone in her little electric world. Oh, shit. Tapping away. Did her eye just blink? Yes. Oh, wow. Son of a gun. Holy crap. I just realized the eye and the finger are making, there's a code going on with the eye blinking and the finger tapping. I just realized it. Because I was busy paying attention to the poles and billboards and the creatures in the background with the weird clouds. Shit. I just got it. With the blue beam, with the electric. Oh my. Oh shoot. This is a strange commercial. I mean, it's a very long commercial too. I mean, holy moly. But I think we get the gist of it, ain't? Holy moly. I'm telling you. So I'm going to have to go back and rewatch this myself and count all the poles, the white poles, the blue poles, the regular pole with the actual two lights on it, the billboard, how many times the billboard goes by. I wouldn't be surprised if the billboard was like 17 times. And then we have another electric jed, the city in the background. The billboards. I knew there was other creatures, ain't some other creatures here somewhere? How far am I into this commercial? Man, how long is this freaking commercial? It can't be that long. Wow, I'm gonna have to find the original because this seems to be like a really longer version. I can't believe this commercial would be 4 hours and 8 minutes and 33 seconds. This must not be the original. I must have clicked on something else. Shoot. I wonder if this is looping the commercial. I need to find just the original and count the eye blinks and the finger taps and the poles and everything else. All right, everyone. What a strange commercial, especially right there at her chin there. You got the lady in the background with the 1800s, early 1900s apparel. Let's see, I'll back it up a little bit and we'll end it on that. Man, that's weird. I know this commercial can't be that freaking long. I'm going to have to go out of here then and look. This commercial definitely couldn't be that long. But anyhow, for, commercial, it's all about the electric. That's a strange picture on that building there. And I think it says PAL. Alright, everyone. Peace, love, joy, and kindness to you all. What a strange commercial. A Nissan. That's interesting. I have to find the original and count. I bet you there's either 17 billboards or 17 blue poles or 17 white ones. But, yeah, what a strange commercial. Alright, everyone. Peace, love, joy, and kindness to you all.